Hey guys, thought I'd make a video, keep it daily, on how my health is going, how my entire mindset and life has been going, during these weeks and days, and honestly, still not good. Oh, man, dude, I've been having these weird dreams, man. Well, first of all, I'm working night shift again, and I already want to quit. Like, the weird thing right now, man, I already want to quit my night shift job, and it's like, understandably so, yeah, because I've got a lot of things going on. I got my health problems right now, I got car problems right now, and, the job just came out of nowhere, and now that I just stepped in the door to the job, it's like, now I kind of like go, okay, this is kind of stupid. Maybe I should not have joined so quickly. And then I came to this rationalization that, you know what, I'm actually a lot more weaker now. I'm actually a lot more delicate than I used to be, and my values and wants and needs have changed. And ever since. In just like a few years, because a lot of things happened within like a few years, because like in 2021 I was doing marathons and running races, and then I was working at Amazon, and they were paying a lot less. I got money. I started buying things, and I took a year off from Amazon for the same reasons of health problems. And that whole year I felt like everything just kind of went downhill for me. Because if I stayed at Amazon, I wouldn't have done a lot of things, which I'll get into in like more different videos along the way. But I learned my lesson, and I just have to like live with like my own life choices and mistakes. But that's just how you have to go about things. But the way I see life now has completely changed. I'm less materialistic, and I'm more, well, it's basically that I don't have the same energy as I used to have anymore. I'm old now, I'm old now. I feel like I'm just dying right now, as sad as it sounds. I don't have, I think I'm just done with like having, energy. Like, no, I'm not done. I'm not saying I quit having energy. I'm saying I've lost the point where I have energy to waste, because I don't know how to explain it, but like, I just kind of want to save my time and energy now. And these warehouse jobs, they aren't it. So what I really want to do now is, I kind of want to work an easier job, I want to work less. I want to work a short job, and I want to come home, and I want to like do things like, just sell my things, honestly, because I'm less materialistic now. And I don't even like, with these health problems I've been facing these weeks, there's no guarantee that I'll even like, be alive tomorrow or whatever. Man, like, that's just a sad thing to say. Because I even have money in the stock market too, so it's like, holy shit, what's gonna happen to all this stuff, man? So yeah, my entire life, my entire mind has been changing. Let me tell you guys how things have been going for me right now. I've been asleep, I've just been asleep for a long time, and I feel like my car, my van right now, it's missing a catalytic converter. And I even talked to this homeless guy today. He's not homeless, but he's kind of in this situation, I guess. But so I went to this food bank, and then I went to this clothing donation spot like right after the food bank, because I picked up some clothes, and then I said, I'm just gonna donate it. And then so I encountered this guy who was just sitting there, and he was like, And he said, how's your day going? And then I go, you know, everything's shit right now because my dad forced me to buy this van and it's missing a catalytic converter. Well, yeah, I brought it up. I said, no, what I said first was that the van is giving me carbon monoxide poisoning. And then he said, it's missing a catalytic converter. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. It is missing a catalytic converter. Because, you know, I went to get this car smog checked and it failed the smog check because it's missing a catalytic converter. And he's like, okay, so your dad really has to fix this because he's the one that forced you to do this. Because like, and this is another story. I'll get into the van story like in other videos, because basically I wanted to buy a Nissan from my town, and my dad dragged me all the way out to buy this Honda Odyssey, and everything just went downhill from there. You know, we had to do a lot of unnecessary things to this van, and a lot of unnecessary things happened. And you know, if I just bought the Nissan from my town, a lot of these things wouldn't happen. And if this van is the one that's giving me all these health problems and giving me carbon monoxide poisoning, then, you know, if we had just bought that Nissan, like, I had a dream of, like, this very spiritual dream that urged me to buy the Nissan. And what happened after that was that my dad, like, took me out to, like, Pomona to buy this Honda Odyssey that I have now. And I decided, hey, let's go get this Honda Odyssey because I don't want to keep being dragged out to all these faraway places. And then a lot of things just happened ever since. Like, a lot of things happened ever since. And I'll get into that in other videos. But basically, yeah, my brother, he got into an accident and he just hijacked my car and took out all my belongings from the car I was using. But yeah, you know, these days I've been going through a lot of health problems. And I'm in this weird tug of war of like staying at my job and quitting. And I'm actually more in the idea of just quitting the job, honestly, because, like, you know, I'm frail now. I'm a lot more frail. I'm like an owl. I think I brought that up like some videos ago. And, you know, you think of like again, you think of an owl. Like, an owl cannot lift anything, but an owl, you know, he could man a desk. And I feel like what I want to do is I want to work customer service right now, because, you know, I think what I'm going through right now is a sense of loneliness in a way. And if I stay at this warehouse, like, that's gonna worsen my symptoms of, like, it's gonna worsen my mind. And I feel like that's also what kind of like dragged me down like a long time ago, mentally. And I kind of like lost my ability of, like, you know, communicating with people, and I was like on autopilot on like a lot of different things that you know, weren't good for me. So what I kind of want to do now is I don't care about this job. I'm grateful that I got the job. You know, I'm working at Amazon again, and this job is the majority of my money right now. But I can't. This is a totally different warehouse. It's far away from where I live. I used to work at a warehouse that's a lot closer to my home. But and, you know, with my car, like, literally poisoning me very bad. So I'm thinking about just quitting the job, and I'm quitting about finding another one, even though it was like so hard for me to like find like any kind of job, like, throughout me like being not employed. Like, ever since, you know, I stopped working at the other warehouse, it was hard for me to find a job. And I feel like, you know what, I should just quit this job, and I should get a new one. But first, I gotta take care of the car problems. So yeah, my dad's gonna come home. I bought a carbon monoxide alarm that might be coming today. But I want to get this all fixed. I want to get this car fixed, if I can. Really should have bought the Nissan. and I want to get my health problems fixed because I've been asleep for like a lot, and you know, I think my body is just recovering from like all the physical labor that happened, and you know, the carbon monoxide stuff, and me not adjusting to night shift, and it's also summer, and I'm being dehydrated by the heat. So thank you guys for watching. I'll keep you guys updated on my health. I quit caffeine basically too, so I've been taking better care of myself. Like a lot of like things I'm making changes on with my health and my life. I'm surrounded by a lot of things right now. My mom overspent my dad, honestly. There's a lot of clothes everywhere, there's a lot of materialistic stuff everywhere that I can't record. But it's not how I want to go about my life, man. I want something more simple and doesn't really demand too much energy out of me. But yeah, I spent too much of my energy and my life energy already. Now it's time to just heal. It's time to just heal, everyone. It's time to just heal. It's time to be you know, on heal mode. How do I say this, man? You know, I just want to be happy, you know? I just want to enjoy my life. I just want to be like a seal, you know? As weird as it sounds. Like a kid. There you go. Like a kid. I just want to be like a kid again, you know? How I saw life. Because, you know, you look around, all these adults, man, they're all miserable. They're all trying to do stuff, and they're suffering, and they're miserable, and they want to die. And it's like, I don't want that, you know? I want to have this wonder and excitement for life. I don't want to think about that too much, you know? I like, you know, I'm Christian, you know? But, you know, even Christians are a little more on, like, the, they think about that too much. They bring it up too much. Everyone's just thinking about their own demise too much, and, you know, there needs to be, some room to just enjoy what you have and be grateful. So yeah, you know, just be childlike. It's like what the Bible says. Sorry, like what anything I said was like controversial, but yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on my health. Peace out.